My name is Kwesi Links Paul, and this is my OMG interview. Well, I am a steel pan soloist, arranger for Pandemonium Steel Orchestra in Belmont. I also have my own personal solo career, which I started off. Well, started at the age of 5. You know, my father was a pan arranger, and I developed the talent for it. Alongside with him, he used to take me around to all the bands and stuff. And then as I got older, you know, I started venturing into the steel band a little more. First band I started playing with was Harlem Syncopators, and then I moved on to bigger bands like Pandemonium Steel Orchestra, where I am the musical director for 19 years. And then I ventured to Phase 2 Pan Groove, Massey All Stars, and a lot of other bands to mention as well. You know, and start teaching kids, adults, you know, having classes and stuff. You know, some of the milestones that I have reached or have achieved as a steel pan arranger soloist. You know, just last year I was able to travel to Kazakhstan, representing Trinidad and Tobago in the World International Expo, where Trinidad wasn't really a part of it, but through our manager, you know, we were able to travel and to be there and to represent for the country. You know, we were the first black men to actually be there, because actually that country, they never saw black people before. So actually seeing, you know, colored people and on steel drums, which they never saw before, you know, it was like very, very, very fantastic. You know, the crowds, everybody, they just, you know, came to us every day. They wanted selfies, you know, and it was a great achievement in culture, you know, because we were able to sell the culture and fly the flag high amongst 120 countries and more, you know. So it was a very, very great milestone for me, actually. You know, like one of the greatest milestones I've ever had, you know, as a steel pan soloist, traveling so far as Central Asia, Kazakhstan, in the new city of Astana, you know, and just representing for your country, you know, and showing them that, you know, this is our culture, you know, this is where we come from, and being able to also, you know, teach them a bit about the country and stuff. And they were astonished, and, you know, they were just amazed by our instrument and what we do with the instrument. Well, I bring a lot of style, you know. I bring a lot of you know, excitement, you know. I've learned from a lot of the arrangers in the past, you know, Clive Bradley, also Len Booksy Sharp, you know, just to mention a few, you know, Bellies, you know. And I like to bring, you know, amusement and love and peace and excitement in my style of arranging music, and also in my style of playing and entertaining, you know, for the people. Biggest lessons I learned in my career is to be humble. You know, be humble, because it takes you a long way. To be patient, you know, and to understand, you know, what you are venturing into, and to also be able to learn from other people as well. May they be big or small, you know, you can always learn a lesson from that. And, you know, that's just one of the things that took me through life and took me up to where I am as a steel pan arranger and soloist in the arena. Well, it's not really difficult, you know, because our band right now would consist of 5 to 10 people, you know, 5 to 10 players, you know. So it's not much of a difficulty as me being the musical director. You know, once everybody understands what they have to do and the parts they have to play, and they rehearse the way they're supposed to rehearse, you know, it's not that difficult. It's quite easy. In the future, well, you know, I tend to make another album. Right now, my album currently named The Love Groove, which is on all digital platforms. You know, this is my first album, and I would really like to continue, you know, in my solo career as well, to keep on producing music, you know, my style of music, you know, in the future. And also, you know, to continue to elevate the youths and others as well, you know, and to teach them about the culture and the history of the culture, you know. That's just what my purpose is, basically, yeah. My OMG moment was when my manager Sheldon Lane got me my first ever distribution deal with a Grammy nominated recording label called VPAL Records. And I was like so ecstatic and so excited because I never thought that they would accept, you know, a musician like myself as a panist. And I'm also the only musician, or steel pan musician I should say, in the world that has achieved this, you know, being able to have a distribution deal with a Grammy nominated recording label. You know, was just such a big feat for me, and you know, I really give thanks for that, and to my manager Trinidad Lane for such an achievement. And this was, you know, my OMG moment. But I'd like to thank everybody for viewing my OMG interview. You can find me on Facebook as Kwesi Shutterlinks Paul, also on Instagram as Shutterlinks. And you can get my music on all leading digital platforms: Google Play, Amazon, iTunes, Apple Music, etc. Blessings.